Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jason Heine. This is the EMU review. Thanks for coming back and kicking it with me. Now, I think we all can agree, when it comes to video game giants, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo has always been a little bit ahead with attachments, devices, peripherals, that sort of thing. I mean, do you think the Wii Zapper was a mistake? The Wii got its very own version of the Zapper. How about Wii Fit? The whole interactive stand on a pad idea has been around since stadium events. Or lastly, how about the classic controller for the Wii that's designed to merge NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, and GameCube all into one controller. This is not even to mention devices like the Wii Remote using Bluetooth technology, add-on controllers for all the systems like the NES Max, the NES Advantage, Super NES arcade joysticks, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. And if you own a Nintendo Wii, then you're probably more than familiar with the photo channel. It's fantastic how you can import photos through an SD card, look at the photos, view a slideshow, load up the SD card with MP3s, and also play the music back while watching your own slideshow. Compared to the multimedia capabilities of the 360 and PS3, this doesn't seem like much. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not really. The 360 and PS3 walk all over the Wii when it comes to multimedia. But what is pretty cool about the photo channel is that you can edit, modify, paint over, add effects to the pictures. And with this, I ask you again, do you think that this is a new concept? And the answer is no. This idea made its debut on May 5th, 1992 with the release of Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo. This was the game that would debut the Super Nintendo mouse. Out of the 60 or so games that were compatible with the Super Nintendo mouse, Mario Paint is the most well-known game to take full advantage of the mouse technology. This is one of those non-competitive, just kick back, relax, and enjoy yourself types of games. And I've spent countless hours playing this. It's nice to just break away from all the competitiveness sometimes. And after you play the game for a while, you realize that there's quite a variety of things to do. But the quote-unquote star of the show, and what Nintendo wanted to be the star of the show, is all of its offerings for painting. And some of its basic painting features include 40 different colors, 60 different textures and patterns, 75 different shapes, 15 customizable stamps. It has battery backup capabilities, and a total of 9 different special erasers. So around this time, when it comes to computers and painting, I'd have to say I think Microsoft Paint was probably one of the biggest. And this was Nintendo's attempt to kind of duplicate or kind of emulate something similar to that. And in the early 90s like this, with the huge buzz of computers entering the scene, this was Nintendo's way to try to keep up with the times, so to speak. Now let's jump right into the gameplay. I want to show you all the different elements of Mario Paint. So here we are getting right into the paint aspect of things. They give you 3 different marker sizes, small, medium, and large. We have our basic colors there at the top. If you click little egg guy up there, you can change through all of your different stamps, colors, backgrounds, all that good stuff. And I take the liberty here to invest a little time to make my emulator review logo, just to kind of demonstrate coloring the background yellow and having a good time doing it. Here I'm showing you all the different sizes laid out. The small, medium, large has a stamper there where we'll stamp a square color if it's solid or background, but you can also scroll through to different icons like Mario, Yoshi, stars, flowers, cats, dogs, whatever, as you can see right here, and stamp them as you please. Also has a spray paint effect here. You know, for that G'd up from the feet up thug life in me, I just go around spraying everything. Also has a tool here that I'm showing you to draw straight lines, squares, or even circles. You just click and drag, and then it fills in the circle on however big you made it. Also here I'm showing you the pointer tool, which you can click and drag and highlight a specific area, copy it, and then paste it. And then of course, once you get done, you get to pick one of your oh so awesome erase functions. And now here I'm showing you the stamper tool. I'm stamping purple all over the place, but what I want to show you down here is that it has undo, the little dog at the bottom right. That's the undo dog, and it only has 1 level of undo, which is kind of annoying, but at least they give you an undo function. All right, moving right along into another fun section of this game, the Animation Land as it's called. And once you get inside Animation Land here, you get to pick your size, animation, and path. So for me, I'm gonna click 6 here because I have an idea, but it does give you the option to do 4 or 9. So now I pick 6 because I kind of have an idea here. I'm gonna write EMU, and then I'm gonna write PUNK. I'm gonna write punk. EMU, punk. All right, I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to go click on animation. This is where we get to select our speed. The yellow squares are the slowest, and the purple up there at the right are the fastest. And down here at the bottom, if I had music, I can play music in the background. We'll get to that in just a minute. You can also crop it to get rid of all the rest of the screen there and just display it on the screen. Kind of nice. So that's a fun thing to do. Now I'm going to jump right into music. Now this is a very interesting part of the game because I think this is where the game steals the show. You come on in here, the very top, you have all your different icons, which in essence are different instruments. And at the bottom, you've got your shuttle, you got your stop, play, loop, tempo, you've got the erase tool, and then you have time signatures here. You can have it 3/4 or 4/4 time. You also have 3 default songs in the bottom right there. You got your good old-fashioned Mario tune. You've got a kind of a rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And yeah, you know, those songs are all good and fun, and they sound great and wonderful. But you know what? I actually really enjoy my rendition of Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. So this section is extremely addicting, and it's a lot of fun screwing around with this, making some really funny sounding songs. But the only problem I have is that you cannot save it. Oh, that sucks. If the game gets turned off and turned back on, it's over. But you can make a song and then exit out, and the song remains in RAM so that if you want to play it through an animation, it still is retained in there. So that's nice. But if the console gets switched off, poof, you are history. This part of the game has become so popular that there's been a program to emulate this called Mario Paint Composer. This is done by Unfun Games, and it's free to download. It's available for Windows and Mac OS X. It has some enhanced features like a few more instruments, saving, loading songs, more tempo adjustments, and I believe you can add 2 or 3 more notes per line. So it gives you a whole host of cool things to do. People go crazy on this. If you go just look them up on YouTube, just type in Mario Paint Composer, you'll find hundreds of people posting their songs, their renditions of current popular mainstream songs. Very, very cool stuff. And a lot of really good talent going on out there. As a matter of fact, I should have you guys post your videos. If you've created any songs with Mario Paint Composer, please feel free to leave a video response in the comment section below. I'd love to watch it. Okay, moving on from the music section here. If you click on the robot at the bottom, it gives you save and load options. And I always thought it was very strange to place the coloring book inside here. Oh yeah, it's in the load save options. Why would it be anywhere else? It's not that popular. Let's hide it. So anyway, but this is a lot of fun. You can come in here. It's got black and white pictures. This is the classic one here with Mario riding Yoshi. You can just use your paint tool, fill in backgrounds. Here I do the ground, I do Yoshi, I do the sky. And then here I run into a little problem because I'm trying to paint his shoe and I do it black and it looks stupid. So then I'm like, no, maybe I'll do it gray. Nope. And now it looks even more ridiculous. So I'm like, all right, screw it. Now I've really done it. So now I'm just going to go and mess everything else up. And I'm like, you know, he doesn't even need a shoe anyway. Let's just get rid of it. There we go. And you know what? Yoshi doesn't even need a tail. You know what? Matter of fact, he doesn't even need the lower half of his body. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Mario and Yoshi just floating in there. There we go. That looks great. Then I'm like, you know what? Mario doesn't need his eyes. Let's mess up his eyes. I didn't like his eyes anyway. Let's put some real good ones in there. Yeah, there we go. And let's make his mouth a little bit more. And this is exactly what they've been doing all along. We know it. Yeah, Mario and Yoshi sitting in a tree. Oh boy. Okay. And then the last area I'm going to touch on is they have a little mini game here. It's got a picture of like a coffee mug. So you click it and then it just throws you right into this game where you're holding a fly swatter and then you just start going crazy on these flies. Then more flies. Then you get like bigger bugs. Then you have bombs that come in. Then you have these wasp looking things. And then you fight a boss. Take out the boss, moves on to the next level where you have the same amount of bugs to kill, 100, but they seem to be a bit more aggressive and they come out faster. Fight another boss, which is the same boss. He's just a little bit harder, evidently. Move on to the 3rd level. Still have 100 bugs, but now they're coming out like wildfire. Just take them all out. And then guess what? That's right. Another boss. The same boss. So I end up smacking this guy until he finally dies. Congratulations to me. Thank you. Appreciate that. And then it just resets, goes back to level 1. And that's really it. Except for now, this time around, the levels are supposed to be a lot harder. I just really have not taken the time, but I can imagine it's probably a bit harder. So there we have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mario Paint for Super Nintendo. The theory behind the photo channel is not a new idea. Nintendo constantly regurgitates ideas and brings them out in new, innovative, and very interesting ways. So I gotta give them props on that. This game is, however, only one player. It's kind of just kick back at your own leisure, paint some fun things, or some naughty things. But either way, still a fun game to play, even today. It has a very active Mario Paint Composer. Please post a video response of your song. I'd be more than happy to post it here for everyone to enjoy. So, the EMU review grade for Mario Paint.
This game gets an A-.